Hey, hello, everybody. Going first means you are ready. It means you trust yourself more than you trust the waiting. My friends, squad, that's where we're going today. So you know what time it is. Time to dance. Let's dance. Let's dance. Hey, everybody. I'm your host, Sharon Raphael-Whitaker. It starts with Joy Live. Choose joy on purpose. Joy is the sky. And the sky doesn't disappear when clouds roll in. Decide once and let the system carry the load.
If I don't make the call, everything falls apart. It's called being responsible.
Is it responsibility or is it just control? Dressing up as competence to hide the fear?
I have no idea what's going on in my head.
We can build a system. It's not about doing less, but it is about deciding less often. It is your mindset. You are strong. That sets a precedent for you to make it moving forward.
Today is my wedding anniversary. My husband, Blaine, was never once let me fool myself. What would your week look like if you led from the sky instead of the weather? That's the shift. This week, just name it. Audit your decisions. The sky is waiting. It's time. Let's dance. Oh, I always love the opening. It gets me all good started. All right. Good morning, squad. Good morning. Good morning. Hey, Wednesday happened again. It's so cool. Thank goodness. Thank God. All right. It starts with Joy Live. We are on episode, I'm out of fingers now. We're at episode 10. I can't believe it. I'm your girl, your host, Sheryl Raphael-Whitaker. And hey, good morning, babe. Good morning. I'm just going to say, wherever you are watching from, give us a shout. YouTube, LinkedIn, and if you're watching this on replay, thank you for making the time. But welcome, everybody. As always, I'm so glad that you are here. So last week, we got real about what happens when fear is running your calendar. The leader who has been saying yes to every decision, every problem, holding up every process, not because they have to, but because somewhere underneath all of it, they don't fully trust that anyone else can do it. That was last week when we talked about the first part of the cycle, which is joy aware. And it was a lot. It was a lot. So today is a little bit different. Today is the exhale because we're going to be embracing. And the question is not what's wrong. We already named that. The question today is, what would change if you actually trusted yourself enough to go first? You went first. Imagine if you went first. Not first as in before everyone else. First as in you stopped waiting for the sign that honestly was never coming. You stopped auditing your own worthiness. You walked through the door as the full version of yourself. And your team, your culture, your people, they finally get to meet you. So I have a story to tell today. So what else is new? I always do, a personal one. And then even been watching the promos, you know that I'm bringing on someone to the show who has spent her entire career watching what happens when leaders almost step in, And she knows exactly what it looks like when they finally do, because she's one of them. And of course, you know, we've got Beatrice and Atlas. They're stomping around in my head. Who knows what they're going to have to say today? So I am just really super happy that you are here. And I'm ready, more than ready, to get started. Hey, guys, today is a family meeting, and you are invited. Let's go. Hi, Beatrice and Atlas. Good morning.
A 10 on self-trust? Please. If they find out you've been figuring this out as you go, the whole act falls apart.
You're still treating figuring it out like a dirty secret, love. It's not.
The second they realize we don't have a master plan, we lose the room.
That's fear talking. What if showing them how to navigate without a master plan is the actual leadership they need?
So we just drop the performance and hope they don't panic?
What if dropping the performance sets them free? Watch how it's done.
Come on, Beatrice. You didn't go around without a master plan. Hi, Kelly. Hello, Kelly. Kelly Grant, N50. Nice to see you. And good morning, Ingrid. Keep it going in the chat, guys. I will stop. You know me. Hey, Stephen Davis. Hello. Wow. Dude, good to see you, my friend. All right, let's get into it. I want to tell you, I want to share a story. Eden Anthony. Okay. My dad was an entrepreneur. Okay. And he sold life insurance for New York Life, American General. He was like just a badass, award winner, all that. But for him, it was never just about the policy. He was a people person. And so it was always really about the people. And I just vision him sitting across from someone at their kitchen table and helping them understand that they had more worth protecting than they realized. And he was never just selling that product. He was building something, building futures, building belief in people who hadn't quite gotten there on their own yet. And you have to think about it way back in the day, and it's still a little bit of a challenge now, but selling life insurance was really, really difficult because people didn't want to think about what they, those expenses. And that meant that either the loss of their own life or a loved one. So, but he really, really understood people and how to help them find their way. And I would say that my dad, he was a visionary, a man who's moved through the world with a kind of like quiet confidence that says, I know who I am and I trust what I've been called to do. That's a theme here, right? We talk about it all the time about what you're called to do. And in relation to the show today, well, he went first. He went first every single solitary day. He went first. I watched him my whole life. Oh, wow. Good morning, Mako. First time here. Welcome, welcome. And hi, Banter. Oh, awesome. Yes. Well, we're talking about going first today. So you'll see. So I watched him my whole life. And I watched my baby sister too. She's going to kill me. I always call her my baby sister, my little sister. She has that same spirit. She's in corporate now, but she has built several businesses. And she has that thing. That thing when someone just knows they're supposed to build something of their own. They move differently. They see opportunity where other people see risk. They're not waiting for someone to give them permission to begin. They just do it. So my dad and my sister and other parts of my family too, Dwayne, they just have this thing about them. And I watch them and I quietly file myself under, I don't have that thing. You may have heard me talk about it before. Like, I don't have that entrepreneurial spirit. And I definitely didn't want to go first. I'm the corporate one, the one who was excellent inside the systems that other people built. 35 years, I survived and I delivered. And the corporate, I don't know if the corporate world, I would say, was really a consolation prize because it was real work, real leadership. But somewhere underneath all of it, I had made a decision about myself that I didn't even know I had made. I decided that going first, the thing my father lived, the thing my sister carried, was theirs and not mine. Not mine. Hello, Anita. Nice to see you. Wow, we got a lot of folks here today. This is cool. And so 2 years ago, I walked out and it was scary. Like making that decision to leave was scary. And the thing that nobody really tells you or talks to you about leaving is that leaving is really not the scary part. The scary part for me personally was the 8 months that went by after I left. I spent 8 months, honestly, guys, squad, I spent 8 months having no idea, like not knowing, I was like, my legs were in two different places. Am I a job seeker? I was not yet a job seeker. Am I going to be a founder and do my own thing? I was just like in between the space and just like figuring out what I was becoming and flying without a net in a way I'd never allowed myself to fly before, and waiting to feel ready, waiting for the sign, waiting for anyone to tell me that it was okay to trust myself. And if you remember last week when we talked about the joy is the sky and everything else is just the weather, it was like that. It was really hard to see. I'm looking outside my window. It was really hard to see the sky. It was really hard. Regina, hi. And hi, Dixon. Hi, everybody. Got some new friends here, new squad members. Oh, good. I'm loving it. All right. So one day, it's funny when you really allow yourself to get quiet and actually hear yourself. If you allow yourself to do that, I did, right? I allowed myself to just get quiet. And then what I heard in my head was this: I do not want to live the rest of my life not betting on myself. And so I started. I decided, and even though this is about leaders going first, for me, this was a first. And when it came time to name the company, well, we had to name it after my dad, Eden Anthony, the entrepreneur, the builder. again, I've been watching him my whole life, thinking that going first was his calling. And in the moment I finally trusted myself, that maybe it was my calling too, I put his name on the door. Because he was the first person who ever showed me what going first looks like. I just needed a few decades. I just needed a few decades to figure it out that I could do it too. And so from where I sit now, I know this story is not only mine because, I'm an executive coach amongst other things. And I sat with this leader not too long ago, and she had done everything right. They built the team. She had done the hard work, led through a whole lot of difficult moments. And it's weird because the results were showing up in the data, and it was showing up in the way her people were moving and like the energy in her space. They had really, I'm so proud of her. They built something real. And yet she was still waiting. She was still looking for something. She was still holding back just a little, like one more data point, one more confirmation, one more conversation, one more reason to believe that she had earned it, like earned this space, like the sign to like go for it, move forward. And so she looked at me and I was like, I said to her one day, I was like, girl, like, what are you waiting for? Like, move. What are you waiting for? And she said, Sheryl, I think I'm waiting for someone else to tell me that I deserve this, that I've earned this. I'm waiting to trust myself. And I'm like, wow, she was just standing right outside the door. Hi, Helen. Hi, Russ. Hi. Hello. Welcome. Good morning, squad. Good morning, everybody. So understand where I'm going here. We're not talking about incompetence. And if this resonates with me, you let me know in the chat, okay? Because the leader who freezes, like my client did at the threshold of greatness, right? They're almost always capable. They're always, a lot of times, they're the most capable people in the room. They care the most. They've studied the most. They understand the cost of being wrong. And the thing is, they're determined not to be that. So they wait. They check one more time. They hold back just a little bit until I'm ready, until I've earned it, until the timing is right. And the people, this is the part, the people who are waiting, if this is you, the people who are waiting for your leadership, they are not waiting for a better plan. They're waiting for you. They're waiting for you, all of you, the full version of you, the one who stops auditing your own worthiness and just walks in. And for today's show, that's what I mean by embrace. Not surrender or giving up. It's the exhale, the moment you stop fighting against your own identity and let yourself just be the version that actually is. So whatever you're trying to build, if it's a company, a team, a legacy, your life, it's not waiting for you to be ready. It's just waiting for you to go first. My dad knew that. My sister knows that. And today, I'm going to have a conversation with Sharon, someone who has watched me lead my entire life. She's built things on her own. She knows what it costs to bet on yourself. And I'm just so excited to bring her out, but we're not there. We're not there yet. But all right. So I'm sitting here with you 2 years at a corporate. And one thing I know is I was terrified to start, but I also know that this is what going first looks like. That's the truth, my friends and squad. That's what we're embracing today. That's what we're embracing today.
Everyone says be authentic, but nobody tells you what to do when being yourself actually terrifies you.
Because they treat authenticity like a buzzword. It is not. That terror you feel, that is the door.
And if we walk through it and they reject the real us, the managed version keeps us safe.
The managed version keeps you hidden, love. Walking through that terror is the actual job.
It still feels like a massive gamble with our reputation.
The only real gamble is faking it. Let's see what the research says about that.
All right. Are you sensing a little bit? I think Beatrice, she's listening today. She is listening today. Hi, Jen. Hi, Clayton. Oh, everything Jacksonville. Hello. And Bob, hopefully, how do you know when you're truly ready to lead boldly? That is a good question. I hope you get that answer today through some of the reflections that we're going to go through today. So we've got a lot of new folks here today. So we do this segment that's called here's the thing. And it's, we call it that because I'm always saying, here's the thing. And we use this and we save this space to just talk about data, what's going on in the headlines. If there's anything that is up and coming or that is trending and hot, like right now, outside of the craziness of the world, we will talk about it right here. And so there's a headline that I noticed from Forbes the other day, and I couldn't stop thinking about it because we're talking a lot about AI on this show. So it says the leadership skill AI can't fake, strategic authenticity. And that's it. That's the whole thing. Good, Mildred, bringing it up. Thank you very much. Good call. All right, so that's the whole thing. AI can mimic competence. It can optimize your strategy, and it can draft a communication plan beautifully, analyze anything you need it to, engagement data, culture initiatives. I mean, anything and everything, it can do it. But can you guess the one thing that it can't do? Let's see if you guess it in the chat. It can't walk into the room and be you. And the irony is that it's the one thing no algorithm can actually replicate. Your authentic self-trust is the exact thing most leaders are afraid to claim. Hey, Ivan. Hey, Ivan. Oh my gosh. Hi, Ivan and Hillary. I can't believe you're here. That's so awesome. Okay, let's think about what this means. So in a world where AI is automating more and more of what we used to require human leadership to do, right? That most irreplaceable leadership advantage you have is the willingness to show up as yourself fully, without hesitation, without the performance. Beatrice was talking about performing, without waiting for someone to tell you that you've earned it. And yet, trust in leadership is at an all-time low, squad. That's not my data. That's LinkedIn. LinkedIn, guys, I'm on there all the time. They did some research, and leaders are being watched more closely than ever. Employees are more attuned to inauthenticity than ever. And they can feel that gap between what a leader says and what you actually live. They're watching all of you. So the research that hit me the hardest was Harvard Business Review released a piece last month called What Authentic Leadership Looks Like Under Pressure. And one of the most consistent findings was leaders who are struggling right now are not struggling because they don't have the right strategy. No, right? Because AI can take care of that. They're struggling because they are performing leadership under pressure instead of trusting themselves. And when things get hard, they reach for the role and the title instead of themselves. Okay, so they get more polished, more managed, more careful. And remember, I said before, your team, every single time, they can feel the difference, and they can feel the distance. So self-awareness is not being soft. It is being the utmost mature as a leader. And of course, I got to put a joy lens on it because this is where we always bring it home. So when fear is leading, and that's what we're talking about, right? Fear is leading. A leader performs managing the optics, controlling the narrative, leading from an image of competence rather than the experience of it. 2 steps removed back from yourself, presenting a version you think will be believed instead of the version it actually is. Does this make sense? Are you feeling this? Because when joy is leading, Joy, I like to say she walks into the room as herself. She trusts the values, her instincts, hard-earned experience, all of it, the qualification. There's no need to perform confidence because it's coming from someplace real. Oh, Anita, okay, you're feeling it. Thank you for sharing that, Anita. I appreciate the feedback. And the beautiful thing is, like that article in Forbes says, you can't fake it. Can't fake it. You can't fake it to your team. You might think you are. Can't fake it to your culture. And you definitely can't fake it to yourself. So what this means is if you've been waiting for permission to be yourself, if you've been waiting for a sign, consider this a sign. You have permission to be who you are. Who you are. You, your authentic self. So some reflection questions, as you know, I always love to do. Question 1, where are you performing leadership instead of trusting it? Where are you performing leadership instead of trusting it? Where are you presenting that managed version of yourself instead of the real one? And what would change if the real you walked in? Second question, what would you do differently this week if you fully trusted that who you are is actually enough? Not who you're becoming or who you'll be after the next certification or the promotion. Who are you right now, today? And the third question to reflect on, who on your team is waiting for you to go first? Who on your team is waiting for you to go first? Because I mentioned it before, one of those things about culture, someone is watching, someone is taking their cues from you. So what cues are you sending when you hold yourself back? Oh, what are you saying here, Stefan? As a leader, how do you build trust in your environment, but learn to trust yourself even more, even if it costs you? Yeah, I mean, but it starts with you, right? Because if you don't trust yourself, how is anyone else going to trust you? Like you said before, they know, right? Your team, they can see it. They see you. They watch closely. And so a lot of the work that we do here is about figuring out how to get that trust in yourself first. So really great comments, guys. Thank you so much. Jack Davey. Hey, Jack Davey. Thanks for fire. I love it. All right. So we're going to move this right along. So I need to say one more thing before we bring out and start our family meeting here. I want to get this on the table so we are understanding and framing this in the right way. This is not about failure, right? And you're not failing yourself and you're not failing your team. I want you to know that. What we're talking about is leaders who haven't fully stepped in yet is an almost story. And almost stories are my favorite kind because almost means that the work is real, the results are showing up, the culture, if that's what we're talking about, is responding. And the one thing that's left is for the leader to look at what they've built and trust this and trust themselves in it. Almost is not a verdict, it's an invitation. And today is where almost becomes yes. What's your almost? What is the thing that is almost there in your team, in your life, in your culture that you've been waiting to fully show up? Okay, because our guest has been sitting inside that exact space for her entire career. So proud of her, my sister Sharon. And we are going to get into all of that. What happens when leaders finally step over that threshold, right? And walk through the door. All right.
We've all waited for a workplace culture to shift. We hope a new program will finally change how things feel. But the culture isn't waiting for another strategy. It's waiting for a leader who trusts themselves enough to go first. This is Sharon Raphael-Diaz. Grounded in her Trinidadian roots, she brings a deeply human lens to the chaos of change. She knows massive transformations fail when the humans inside them feel forgotten. That truth has guided her 20 years in executive leadership. Guiding global organizations taught her one undeniable lesson. Teams don't want a polished version of you because they need the real you. Wasting energy on image management is exhausting and causes immense burnout. Leading from your true identity is the only sustainable path. She's helping leaders drop the exhausting act and lead from genuine joy. It's a shift that changes every single decision and team dynamic. Today, she builds environments where people and true adaptability can thrive. Her passion is turning complex challenges into lasting collaborative success. We're stepping past the corporate mechanics into absolute truth today. It's a conversation about finding in your own authority. She brings profound wisdom on identity and unwavering self-trust. It absolutely changes everything. Enjoy, squad. There is a special connection today. She happens to be Sheryl's baby sister. It's time to step into your true authority. Let's welcome Sharon to the stage.
Hi, Sharon.
I think I was muted. Good morning.
Oh, hey.
I have to laugh at that. AI is just freaky.
I know. I was thinking about you, and I'm like, okay, the one with the bun on your head. I know. I was like, it's so much fun. It's so
I
much
have
fun.
to laugh. What a great conversation this morning. It's a pleasure to be here. Good morning, everybody.
Oh, yay. I'm so happy you are here. I've been waiting for this conversation. And there's so many people in the chat here, Sharon. It's like, it's so
I am
cool.
seeing it. I love it. Great questions. We have like 4 more hours to stay here to answer them all.
I know. We'll try to get to as many of them as we can. Ingrid's even asking, does this apply if you're leading yourself? And yes, Ingrid, yeah, 1,000%, all of this. I think especially if you're leading yourself. And that's actually, go ahead, Sharon.
No, I was just going to say, it's important to think of, leadership shows itself in so many different forums, right? So this is not just about the corporate world. This is about anywhere you're working. It's important to understand you can go first in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah. And actually, the irony is, and I really love, she's saying good morning to you, Sharon. I love the conversation.
Morning.
I love it. That question from you, Ingrid, because all of this really is about the leader. And then if the leader goes first, then so will your folks, your team, and then the organization. But whoa, okay, I already knew. I had to give a little extra time because I had a feeling that you and I were just going to jump right in, and I want to do the hot take. Okay, so
okay, go.
So we're going to watch this hot take. We're going to talk about it. And thank you, Ingrid. Ingrid is my hot take friend, and so she does the hot takes for the show, and so she found an oldie but goodie. So Mildred, let's go ahead and run.
She did a backflip despite the judges. It happened in Nagano at the 1998 Winter Olympics. Surya Banali steps onto the ice knowing one thing: no matter what she lands, the judges will score her lower than the others. It had been that way for years. Higher triple jumps than her rivals, more power, stronger technique, rare elements, and the same line in the protocols every time. Not artistic enough. In Nagano, she misses one of her elements and realizes the medal is gone. But in that moment, she also realizes something else. She's free. Free in a way she had never been before. She decides to attempt a backflip, a move banned in figure skating since 1976. Officials said it was too dangerous, said it was impossible to land on one blade. Attempt it, and you get an automatic deduction. She takes a few steps, builds speed, and goes for what everyone called insane: a backflip. She lands it on one foot, clean, precise, perfect. The arena explodes. Commentators are shouting about the impossible. The judges silently apply the deduction. She didn't win a medal, but that backflip became legendary.
Wow.
I had to rub my head.
All my pores are like, ooh, good for her.
Oh, what did that mind for you when you see that?
What was that?
What does that bring to mind for you when you see that after watching that?
Oh my gosh. I would just, it does make you self-reflect sometimes too as you're watching that, because there's so many times and experiences that even as leaders, we could be knocked down, right? We could be knocked down. And sometimes you really just got to say, believe in yourself and just do it. Because we just listen to all the societal demands and requests, and this is the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
And we park ourselves. We park ourselves into a box and we hide ourselves. And when we think people can't see it, people could see it, right? But that day, that very same day, she stepped out. She opened the box and she jumped out and she just took it. And she didn't need a gold medal. She won.
Yeah, she won. Yeah, I love that, and thanks again, Ing, for that clip, because it just brings me chills, and I had to keep myself from messing up my makeup and getting all teary here, because
I'm taking all those messages. I'm taking it. Amazing.
Because what would you do? We're getting so many questions in the chat. Stephen saying,
thank you, Stephen.
He's so proud to see. So proud of to see you inspiring so many. Leadership with passion, great one. Oh, look at that. And it's a passion. I love that Stephen used the word passion, because clearly, she had a passion for what she did. And these athletes, they are absolutely leaders, right? But she stepped outside. She knew she had nothing to lose.
I mean, we have a
She
thing
knows she had
called
nothing
grit
to lose.
and a thing
Uh-oh,
called
I think
guts.
Sharon might be frozen. There she is. She's back. Okay, good.
Yeah, we have a
Right?
thing called
And
grit.
so it's like absolutely incredible.
Yeah, are you hearing me? I
Incredible.
hope you're hearing me. There's a thing that we always like to refer to. We call it
Sharon,
grit,
I think
right?
you might be freezing a little bit, my lovey.
All right, let me double check. All right, am I clear?
Yeah, I'm hearing you now. You're back.
All right,
You're clear now. You're back.
perfect. So just to say, there's a thing that we call grit, right? Grit and guts. And I think that as leaders, when we fall into the corporate world, we simply take our surroundings and we have two choices. One choice is to just succumb to everything that's there, fall into the regular realm of how the other leaders act and how the organization wants you to act. And, there's a period of time when you first join the organization, you need to learn. But then there's a part of time where you need to say, okay, I get it, but they hired me for a reason.
Oh.
They brought me here so that
I think you're having connection issues, my darling.
And I'm
hold
fully
on one
connected on my
second.
side.
Oh.
Are you hearing me now?
Oh, she's saying good stuff, squad. Oh, we can't hear her.
Oh God.
Sharon.
Let me see.
Yep, Sharon, you're freezing, love.
Let's see. Is that better?
We're gonna do something. This has happened
that
before.
better?
Yes, but all the amazing things that you just said, we did not hear.
Oh gosh.
You're frozen.
All right.
So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna call you. You're gonna we're gonna put you on mute. I'm gonna call you. Just go ahead and put yourself on. Oh. Helen said she can hear you. Hold on one second. Guys, this is what happens when we're live.
Yeah, because on my side, I'm fully connected.
Yeah, they're saying all good on your end. I can't hear her. So
okay. Did everybody hear what I said? Said Papa yes if you heard what I said. I'll repeat. One of the things we do when we enter the corporate world.
All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to. No, it's okay, Jimmy. No reset. No reset. Okay, I can hear you now.
Yeah? You hearing me?
That is so weird. I cannot hear you. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna call you as well. Okay?
Okay.
And let's see if that works. So I can at least hear what you're saying. Yeah, I'm gonna call you so I can at least hear what you're saying. And okay. Yes, now I hear you. I can hear you.
Are you hearing me now?
All right. Yes, I'm hearing you now.
I'm hearing a little bit of a double thing, but that's all right.
Yeah, I'm hearing you now. Okay. Thanks for your patience, guys. All right. It's okay. It's all right. And I don't want to have you repeat what you said because everybody heard the greatness.
I hope everybody
just me. I'm the only one who didn't hear. So, and most importantly, that everybody else.
So, I mean, ultimately, when you come in, and I love the questions that are coming out, that feeling of almost, right? When you first enter an organization, you take the almost route. You do. You have to understand how they do it. My thing, anybody who works with me will always know, I can be the best leader. I've been doing this for years. When I come into an organization, I need to understand organization ABC's way, all right? Once I understand organization ABC's way, I get it. Now it's time to fly. I was hired for a reason. So I'm duly noted. I learned the way. I see how everybody acts. But what I've been hired to do, and in my environment, it's culture, it's HR, it's people. If I don't know any other way to be but me.
Yeah.
So I walk in and almost gets thrown out. I got to walk in fully because otherwise, why am I here? And if I can't fulfill the remit as well as my direction as a leader and my purpose, then I'm in the wrong place. And when I thought about that ice skater, she was like, my purpose is clear and I'm going to show everybody what it is today. And that's what leaders need to remember, right?
Yeah.
Any organization is not going to necessarily be your end all be all. you are your end all be all.
Oh, Sharon, I absolutely love that. The other day we got into, because guys, all right, I really meant it when you said that you're in a family meeting, because Sharon and I, we talk about this stuff. It's like when you're in leadership, that's what you do. It just naturally just becomes part of our everyday conversation. And the other day we were getting into a chat, and I was like, oh, wait, save it. Let's have that real conversation. Let's have that real conversation here. And it's about like, and a lot of the questions that are coming up in the chat are related to that. Like, what do you say to those leaders who are just not comfortable, like stepping forward and being their authentic selves, even though they know that it's something they absolutely need to do and should do?
So I address this every day with the leaders I work with, and it's part of shaping an organizational culture is really supporting those leaders the most, right? Because they can be the ones who kind of fall to the wayside, which is so important to bring them forward. Vulnerability is something that's not easy. It's not easy. And it's not easy also, as Beatrice rightfully said. So if I show them authentically me, what if they don't accept me? But what if they could see through you if you're being fake, right? Atlas said that too. So when you're someone and you're in an environment, and say you're being asked to build a certain culture, but you're not necessarily comfortable with it, it's good to just come forward and try in small pieces. But when you try in small pieces, be consistent with it. So I said to leaders, all right, you may not always say to your people, thank you. Thank you for all the work that you've done.
Right.
Start small in an email. Thanks for all that you do. Right. Or you might come and you might say to your team, guys, it's been tough. We're all in this together, you know. All of us are in this, and it's hard for me. And I'm burnt out as well. I like to come to my face, right to my team. Guys, I am stressed. Thank you for being with me and for bearing with me. But we in this together, right? So I'm going to take it small. I'm going to be consistent with it. And I'm going to be a little bit vulnerable, right? And I'm just going to say, what can I do to make your job feel better? How am I doing? Right? Or just bring them together and say, guys, we haven't done this before, but we're starting a new thing today. Today, I want to show you that I care. So we're going to start one-on-one meetings. We're going to start to talk about you and what I could do to help you more, and put yourself in their face. And I promise you, even the people who will be like, here she goes, this is probably fake. That is not who I've seen for the last 3 years. It's okay. It's okay. I was wrong for the last 3 years, right? I mean,
I think that's the part that leaders are most concerned with. And really, actually, we're talking about leaders and leadership, but really it's anybody. If you've been behaving in a certain way for a month, a year, 2 years, 3 years, and then you make a decision that you're going to show up differently for yourself and for those who are in your care, there's a hesitation sometimes that's just kind of like, they're going to think I'm full of shit.
Exactly.
I'm just full of it. And meanwhile, here you are trying to be your real authentic self. But I hear you saying, and tell me if I'm wrong, I hear you saying, you've got to just screw that. You got to just push past that. You got to be vulnerable, apologize if you need to, and then start showing up that way, and then show up consistently.
That's the key word. You cannot just do it once. Consistency is the key. I'm sure we've all heard that before, right? But it really is, because they're going to say, hey, did you see that Sharon came and she asked me how I doing? She don't even talk to me, and she wants to know how I'm doing, right? But then Sharon does it again, and then Sharon does it again, and I start to soften. And one day I'm going to answer. And if the person doesn't answer, it's okay. Come right back and ask again, because it's what you genuinely want to know.
Yeah. So Sharon, so you are, I mean, it's in your everything. You are Prosci
change management.
Prosci, you are, and that is like a top certification. You know, I'm really, really super proud of all you do in the world of transformation. For as long as I can remember, that's always been, that has been your sweet spot. But one of the things about the Prosci, their methodology, is that they understand that transformation and change happens through the human.
Hallelujah.
Metrics, KPIs. I'm like, oh, things changed. No.
Like, well, wait a second. I need people to do this work.
Yes.
I can only achieve this strategy and these goals with people.
Can you talk about that, please? Because that's a bee in my bonnet. Not like I wear bonnets, but you know what I'm saying. That, like people are moving forward with transformation, but they're leaving the human behind.
Leaving the human behind. And what you'll also see in organizations is you'll move forward with a project and then the people come in at the end. And when you see the resistance from the people, then you're calling the team, oh, hello. We're not getting any adoption or buy-in. And then you want us to come and go back to the beginning again. No, it comes from day one. Day one. If you recognize that people, we're not vehicles. We are the people who make the organization tick.
Yes.
So from day one, how will you engage your people? It starts with sponsorship. Right? Your sponsorship, your heads of your organization, of course, they have to come in and they have to have the buy-in as well.
Yes.
And in change management, we know when people want to change, you want people to change as a transition curve. But the reality is, when I'm going to change, I'm going to look at the people I report to and talk to the most. And most of the time, that's your middle management, right? So middle management follows who? The people above them and the people above them. So it starts at sponsorship. I want to see their buy-in and belief in this project. I want to see them show me that people matter. And then as that drills down into the organization and you pay attention to your middle management and you help them understand what the needs are around their leadership and you support them in that vulnerability and that authenticity, it's a win-win because your staff automatically will want to follow. But that is the gap, right? The gap is middle management. Who are they? Yeah. Top, right. They signed the check. They said you could proceed and move forward with the project. And the project team just takes the project. And then it could become a tick box exercise from there.
Yeah.
The joy in it is when you make it one story, one team, one direction. Everybody knows what's happening and why we're changing. And the role you play in it, that's change management. Right? That's change management. And even the passives, the resistors, they start to watch the rest of the organization buying in and supporting. And what happens then? They have to come along.
Yeah, they have to come along. I mean, it's like, it's, I always say that if you have a problem and you're not willing to be part of the solution, then you do not have, then you don't have a problem. Right. So you have to, I love what you said that they put it up on the banner about one team, one direction. That's the only way that it works. And sometimes, thanks, Mildred. And sometimes if that's not how you're feeling, if you can't make it to that place, then you have your own personal decisions to make as to whether or not that's really where you need to be.
And one of the things I do as a leader, I always make myself available. So anytime I facilitate a session, anytime I talk with a leader, I am here for you, right? And as I told you guys in the beginning, I don't know any other way to be besides me. Yes. I don't care what role I'm in. I don't care what role you're in. I'm always available. So you call me, you ask, I will be there, because when the people who are not comfortable being vulnerable are having difficulty, and then they start to recoil, they hear Beatrice in their head, all the things starts to come out.
Yes.
Somebody has to help them move forward.
Yeah.
Help them move forward. So you need that in every organization, right? And if you're somebody who's suffering with that now, find somebody who's there for you.
Yeah, I love that, because you're actually answering. Someone had asked a question, Antoine, about how can leaders recognize the right moment to stop waiting and start leading fully? You're actually really answering that question right now.
I love that question. You can recognize it because you know what you need to do. You know what you need to do, and it's almost like you could see your results the organization could be impacted, your results could be impacted, you could be impacted physically if you don't move forward. And sometimes if you really don't move forward and you can't move forward, maybe you're in the wrong place. Maybe you're in the wrong organization, right? And seek out the people who are your mentors and the people within the organization who can help you get there if you're really feeling stuck. Yeah, but lead fully, just take a step. Push past the almost moments. And sometimes your leadership will be like, oh, thank God, I was waiting for you
to do.
I was waiting for you. My boss, I know she's not watching, but she may watch this later. One day,
I
she said, I was waiting for you. You could exhale, push, go for it. I was taking time to learn the organization, and I took a little longer than I typically do because I'm in a complex organization now. But I knew this was me.
Yeah.
It was pent up inside of me, and I knew I was ready to lead. And
yeah, that's who you are.
I did take the step. Yeah, I took the step, but I knew she knew I had more in me than what she already had seen.
Yeah.
And when she said, "Oh gosh, I've been waiting for you," why did I waste time?
Yeah. Well, because you're human.
Exactly. So we all do it.
Yeah, we all do it. That's why I said this is an almost story, because it's something that we're all almost there with something, some part of our lives. And so just by having the conversation, even this one we're having today, is going to allow someone, I mean, I could tell from like the amazing questions in the chat, you guys are showing up and showing out today, that it's resonating for folks to think about and reflect on their own lives and determine what can I be doing a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I know we are limited time. Anything in there that we didn't address. I mean, you could find me on LinkedIn, you can message me, and I will absolutely chat with you. Because I see one here, strategies help leaders stay consistent in self-trust over time. Wow. That's a great question.
I know. I think we might have to have you come and do some, like, I was thinking about doing some shorts with some of my guests, and perhaps we can also just take some of your thought leadership, Sharon, and put it in a post. Or better yet, I would love to see a post from you on this very topic, because it's clear that it is definitely it's resonating with everybody.
Absolutely, absolutely. But you have to do a lot of self-reflection. Leaders are typically not comfortable to look in the mirror.
Yeah.
For me, I have to look in the mirror every day, and sometimes you have to trust yourself. If you don't trust yourself, why? And what is it? You have to find out what it is you don't trust in yourself, and put the fear away, and say, I got this.
Oh, the F word.
And move forward and test yourself. Take a little bit, try a little bit in your organization, try a little bit, right? And the naysayers, they need to sit in the room with Beatrice, right?
Yeah,
and take a step and do something radical. I mean, I just go to your boss and say, hey, I had an idea. I want to try this. I want to build a community that does so, and I want to try and build something new in the organization. Consistency, I'm going back to consistency. Do it.
Yay.
Don't just say words mean nothing. Actions speak louder than words, right? So do it. One small thing, or just do it with your team and let somebody else watch you.
You know what I love about this, Sharon? Usually by the time I get to the end, I know I do have to let you go.
Yeah.
I ask for them before my guests to, give us some advice, some parting words they could share. But I feel like this whole conversation has been about you giving some advice and everything. And thank you so much for clearly there was some sort of connectivity issue on my side, and you just kept going and everybody was listening to you.
Fine.
I missed out on the words of wisdom, but I hear those words.
It was a pleasure.
Time.
It was a pleasure.
So I really, really thank you so much for being here. And just one quick question for you before you go. What brings you joy today?
Oh my goodness. People. I mean, it's so funny. So some people look at me and I'll be out and people frustrate me and I'll be like, oh, I don't like people, And I'll say, you of all people, you don't like people. That's all you do is people. But I love people. I genuinely do. Of course, we all get frustrated, right? As you said, we're human. But what brings me joy is working with people and leaders and watching them be the best they can be. And knowing that my legacy lasts way beyond my role or anything that I do in an organization. It's the individuals who say, oh my God, Sharon, it was because of you that I did this. It was because of you that I stepped out of my comfort zone. Because I say, you got to be comfortably uncomfortable. I tell my training clients, I tell all my clients the same thing. That's when change happens. And if I could play a role in that, joy, pure.
I love it. Sharon, thank you so much for being here. I love you, my little sis.
Love you
You are,
too. Thank you
you're
so
a
much.
badass and a powerhouse, and I would love to have you come back again. Clearly, yeah, Trudy Girl's breaking it down. Mo. That's right. We got a lot more to talk about, a lot more to say. All right, I love you, hon. Have a good day.
All right, thanks everybody. Blessings to you all.
Thank you so much. Wow. Woo. All right, guys. Sharon, she is an absolute master, and I just loved every second of her being here. And thank you all for your patience with me trying to figure out the tech issues on my side. I actually figured out what it was, so I appreciate you a ton. So much. All right, so it is time for us to shift, but before we do, let's hear from Beatrice and Atlas.
I kept telling you we needed better systems, more data, but they are right. The culture was ready the whole time?
The culture has always been ready. It wasn't waiting for a better plan. It was waiting for you to trust it.
I thought holding back was keeping us safe, but I wasn't protecting us. I was just performing control.
Performing control is exhausting, but you can stop fighting your own identity now. You are already the leader they need.
So we just accept that? We stop managing the optics and just walk in?
That is the exhale, Beatrice. That is exactly how it works.
Woo-hoo! That is the exhale, Beatrice. I love the way Atlas says that. He's just cool as hell. All right, so we are running a little bit late because of my technical issues. But I want to make sure that we get your homework in. And someone had asked in the chat before about the mirror. And so we're going to talk about it. I'm going to give you these steps really, really fast this time. And it'll be in the app, the companion app. It starts with joy.live. You can find everything about this show along with the homework every single solitary week in the app. Okay, so here's the first part of this mirror exercise that I want you to do, to really do it. Step one, somewhere in the next 48 hours, find 15 minutes quiet time and ask yourself, what evidence do I already have that I am the leader my team needs? What evidence do I already have that I am the leader my team needs? There were a lot of great questions in the chat today. Some of these may actually help you if you really take the time and write them down. You can get those answers right there, right from your own mind. The second step is the performance audit. I want you to ask, where am I still performing leadership instead of trusting it? Trusting myself. Where are you managing the optics? Where are you waiting for permission? Just one thing, name one thing. And the third thing is, what this is going to be because it's always the same. Pick one moment, one meeting, one conversation, one decision that you're deciding you're going to stop performing and you're going to go first, where you will walk in as a full version of yourself and trust that that full version of yourself is enough. No, I'm still figuring it out. Just show up. So share your go first moment on the app. It starts with joy.live. Tell us what you're going through this week and where we're really, really in this together. That's the homework. Let's keep it moving.
Going first sounds powerful until you realize it means opening boxes in your mind you taped shut a very long time ago.
That is the hardest part, love. You cannot lead from your truth while leaving half your story in a locked box.
And you cannot unpack them alone. You need someone who is not afraid of the mess inside.
Someone who will not let you settle for fine. A partner who demands your actual truth, not your polished performance.
When you find the person willing to stand in that room with you, that is when you finally exhale.
Exactly. Let's shine a light on someone who held that exact space for Sheryl.
Gosh, I love watching Zola and Atlas together. So super strong. So you guys know this is like one of my favorite parts. I don't know. I have so many favorite parts of the show, but it's time for me to shine a light on someone who has never once waited for permission to be exactly who she is. So a little story. Almost a year ago, I sat down with a woman. You're seeing her on the screen here. I didn't know her, and we were sitting for a 60-minute meeting. I wasn't even sure I wanted to write a book yet. I've been looking around, talking to people, and exploring what self-publishing was going to be like. And let me tell you, I was gun shy. First of all, it's a dog world out there in publishing. And I had just fired my business coach, which is something I talk about, and it starts with joy. And trust was just absolutely not, I wasn't having it, and it was not coming smoothly for me at that point. I'd spoken with others who help authors get their books into the world, and they were fine. But something was different about my conversation with the Lynn Ilioff, editor, publisher, author, attorney, business owner, badass. Lynn, you're a badass. So for 45 of those 60 minutes, she was asking me questions, not selling, not pitching, asking. Because for Lynn, the decision to work together had to be mutual. We had to fit. She wasn't looking for a client. She was looking for the right partnership. And I needed to know that she was the right fit for me too. And we were absolutely. So I'm not going to sit here and tell you that she was easy, because she was not. She pushed me really hard. She had me digging into boxes that, like, in my mind, and in closets and places that I had closed many, many years ago. Memories, moments, things I just tucked them away for good and for good reason. But it was never the kind of push that made me feel like I was unsafe or being handled or managed. It was the kind that comes from someone who genuinely cares, not just about like me as a person, but about the work truly being great. And Lynn told me, I remember her saying that she never puts out a book that she doesn't believe is great. She won't publish anything she doesn't believe is great and that she doesn't believe in. And as we went through the process, wow, I saw that, and then I believed it. I started to believe it myself. The result, a book I'm very, very proud of. Books inspired this show. It's why we're here. A #1 bestseller. And I have so much gratitude that I honestly, even putting this together, I still couldn't really find the words. And Lynn, I think it crossed over before. She has a new book out right now, I Beg to Differentiate, because of course she does. She's super different. She walks her talk every single solitary day. And if you've ever thought about writing a book, I would suggest highly that you find Lynn, because she will help you bring to the world something that matters the most, and that is your voice. And so I'm going to say this to you directly because you deserve it. Lynn, you believed in this message before it even had a title. And guys, secret, out in the wild now, Lynn actually gave me the title. It Starts with Joy. So you believed in me when I was still deciding whether I believed in myself enough to do this. And you pushed me back into rooms I locked for a reason, and you stood right there with me while I figured it all out while I was inside of them. And so, Lynn, It Starts with Joy exists because of you. And every person that my work touches, your fingerprints are on it, my friend. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. I love you. And today, the light is yours. The light is yours. Okay, squad. Woo! All right, we got 2 minutes left. That was episode 10. And it was a doozy. We made it through. I'm getting to just get comfortable with any kind of tech issues that come. And I've had an amazing guest. We walked in, we talked about embracing the exhale and stop fighting your own identity as a leader. Sharon gave so much wisdom behind all of this, the almost story, putting yourself first, trusting yourself as a leader, showing up for yourself, and then showing up for your team, right? One thing left for you to do as a leader is to trust yourself to go first. So please, I hope that today served, as I'm looking at all the great comments, I hope today served as an invitation for you and permission, right? Because that is the only way that we are going to make a difference. Squad, thank you so much for showing up today. Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, you are all here, right? Showing up. You are leaders. You are leaders out there in the world. And I'm so, so grateful that we are doing this together. And it Starts with Joy team. You guys know how much I love you, and I appreciate you having my back all the time, no matter what is going on. Thank you, guys. This room is something different. speaking of something different, next week we have a great host of guests. We have 4 guests coming on all at one time. So pray for us. But this room is special, and it's special because of you. We are doing this every Wednesday. Hey, we did it again. Fear lost, joy won. Let's keep dancing. I love you. Mwah. See ya.
She actually did it. She went first.
She did, and the world kept right on spinning.
I was waiting for the disaster. But there is no disaster. It is just quiet.
That is the exhale, Beatrice. That is exactly how it works.
I think I might try that. Going first, I mean.
I have a feeling you will be brilliant at it. Until next week, keep dancing, Joy Squad.
It starts with joy, it starts with fire. Feel the heat, lift you higher. It starts with